morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you might be watching from. Following the incident that happened, the Abuja-Kaduna train attack that happened of recent, which is not up to 3 months anyways, a lot of people, tens of hundreds of people were kidnapped by the attackers. They were kidnapped, and up until this moment, the federal government, the government of Nigeria, have not been able to bring these people back. Even the Chibok girls that were kidnapped years back, we still haven't received them, let alone this very one that happened fresh. Now they are still in the captivity of the people that abducted them, and the federal government have taken steps to repair that train track, repair the train, and has promised that the service will resume starting from the May 23rd. That's exactly what they said. They didn't put any apparatus whatsoever to making sure that they bring those that are in captivity, to bring them back. They didn't put any effort whatsoever, but they invested such effort in making sure that they repair the train track, repair the train, and making sure that the train should resume service on the 23rd of May, which is next week. It is really sad. Listen to what they said here. Right. The spokesman of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Yakubu Mahmood, said the decision to resume services does not mean effort to secure the safe release of those abducted will be put on hold. So what that means is that despite the fact that they want the train to resume service, that does not mean that they are not putting in more effort to making sure that those that were captured, those that are in captivities, are released. What that means to me is that the lives and properties of people in this country does not matter to whoever is concerned. Whoever, just like you lose your child and you pick up your bag the following morning and you're going to work. People will think people will just believe you are insane. People will prefer to take you to a psychiatric hospital and check your brain. We have over 10 of hundreds of people kidnapped. Not only kidnapped, we have some of them died. Some of them paid ransom for their release. Some of them who cannot pay ransom, right, are still being held hostage. Are still in captivity, being held by these attackers. And then the federal government wants to go ahead and commence service on the train. It shows clearly that the lives of people in this country does not matter. No matter how you want to look at it, it doesn't matter to them. Because if it does matter to them, every effort, every apparatus should be put in place to making sure that these people are brought back. How much is the train, the service, how much is it going to bring into the treasury? How much is the Nigerian Railway Corporation going to get from the service, from that link, from Abuja to Kaduna? Even if you suspend Abuja-Kaduna train for 3-4 years, or until these people that were captured, that have been taken away, are brought back, I don't think it's too much for the lives of people. In captivity, a pregnant woman gave birth. Don't forget that a very young medical doctor, Dr. Chinelu Magafo, she died during this attack. A young, promising doctor who has saved the nation. As a matter of fact, retired, and she was supposed to travel a Friday after the incident to somewhere to travel out of the country. But that incident happened on that day. Don't forget. And so very many people were kidnapped. Some who had the money were able to bail themselves out. So the rest of the people that don't have money still remain in captivity. And the federal government chose to go ahead and start the operations on that route. It shows clearly. I mean, I have said it before and I will continue to say that you hold your life. If you think you have any security agencies to watch after your life for you, you are joking. If you think so, you are joking. So what that means is that you should secure your own life. You should make sure you are the security, you build the security architect of yourself. Otherwise, nobody is going to do that for you. If hundreds of people are kidnapped and the federal government of the federal government is unable to do anything about it, how much less you? People being shot dead at the Lekki toll gate, nothing was done about it. Deborah was killed in BRT, nothing was done about it. This incident has happened, nothing was done about it. How many people has been brought to justice? How many people have been arraigned, made to face the wrath of the law? How many people have you seen on the news that have been arrested, that have been made to face the wrath of the law, that have been sentenced to serve jail term? How many people have you seen? We hear about the incident, but we don't hear about the outcome of all the cases. So that makes me to begin to believe that there is a specific power that be behind the people that carry out on a regular basis the killings. You cannot travel on the road. You cannot travel in the air, quite expensive. You don't even know what to do. You can't sleep with your two eyes closed. You can't sleep with your two eyes closed, and the federal government wants to go ahead and open that route. The same incident that happened in Lekki toll gate, they put every effort to making sure that they refurbished the toll gate in order for it to resume service. The people that have died, they can't be bothered. Nobody was brought to book. And people have been clamoring, they've been shouting, we need justice for where there's no justice. So all that means is that you are supposed to build the security apparatus of yourself in the country, whether you like it or not. It is quite sad and very, very unfortunate. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have arrested the Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, for alleged 80 billion naira fraud. 80 billion naira fraud. Not 80 million, 80 billion naira fraud. 80 billion naira fraud for just one person has been in connection with 80 billion naira fraud. One person. You can imagine how much each of these politicians, each of these people that are in power, each of them, can imagine how much they steal. It's not only this Accountant General, it's quite sad and very disgraceful, very demeaning that the Accountant General of the Federation could be linked with a fraud as huge as 80 billion. That particular office is prone to fraud because money in and out passes through the table of this particular person. So there's every tendencies, every possibility that this money could be even be more than that. And I know he's not the only one connected. He's not the only one connected. The operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have arrested the serving Accountant General of the Federation, Mr. Ahmed Idris, in connection with diversion of funds and money laundering activities to the tune of 80 billion naira. And they say he raked off the funds through bogus consultancies and other illegal activities using proxies, family members, and close associates. Using activities of proxies, family members, and close associates. So he diverted that 80 billion into those segments. He siphoned the money using family members, proxies, and close associates, so that they won't say his name moved so money. He moved those money into separate account of people so that it won't be traced to him. And when the EFCC want to carry out their duties, they carry out their duties to the latter. The Accountant General of the Federation. It's not the only one. We have almost every of these politicians, governor, ministers, members of the House of Representatives, senators, the money they're supposed to use to develop their constituencies. And that is why you see every nook and crannies of that country like that. Undeveloped. You go to some places, it's been like that for over 20 years, not developed. Because when they get to those particular posts, their interest is money. And that is why they could kill anybody to get to that post. And that is why they could spend any amount of money to get to that post. Because they know that once they get to that post, they will recover the money. They will recover the money. 80 billion naira fraud. You don't want to imagine what that kind of money can do. You don't want to imagine what that kind of money can do. You don't want to imagine the kind of public school that can build. You don't want to imagine how many less privileged that money can benefit. How many kilometers of road that money could construct. How many health facilities, healthcare system that money could construct. How many salaries that money could pay. In the country, 80 billion naira. And Nigeria is owing over 50 trillion. How much can we say? We say this on a regular basis. How much can we say? It is really, really sad. We know he's not the only one connected to this. You know, connections here and there. Some people will take 10, 20, maybe his own out of the money is about 20. Maybe the people above him is going to give them their own share, and because they have to do it collaboratively. It is quite sad. That is the situation of things in the country. Masses are suffering. People are finding it so hard to eat 3 square meals. Salaries of workers not being paid. Pensions, arrears are not paid. No infrastructures, no stable electricity, no water, no good roads, no security, no education, no health, no nothing. Tell me anything that works. And some people are taking this huge amount of money. I mean, how many houses, how many rooms can you sleep per night? How many cars can you drive in one day? How many clothes do you want to wear? 80 billion. They can only account for that 80 billion. What about the ones they are stealing that they cannot even account for? May the Lord continue to bless us in this country. Guys, if you have any comment with regard to this, please leave it in the comment section. Do not hesitate. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us on this one. We do this on a regular basis. And if you're interested in carrying out with us in this same boat, why don't you just subscribe to this channel and open all notifications so that you'll be notified each time we drop a new clip. It is about the things that happen in the country, Nigeria. We need to continue to enlighten ourselves and help to circulate the news, you know, so that everybody can be aware of what's going on around them and what they need to do. Thank you very much for joining me once again, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.